Hello everyone, I Jyotisha Nahar. Today we will discuss about Science Chapter 3 Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. Key points to be discussed in this chapter are define fiber, types of fibers, definition of synthetic fibers, type of synthetic fibers and their uses, advantages and disadvantages, definition of plastic, properties of plastics, type of plastics, and effect of plastic on environment and measure to reduce plastic pollution. Now, as you all know about the fibers, plant fibers and animal fibers in your previous classes, let's summarize them all one more time before starting of this chapter. What is a fiber? A thin thread-like structure that combines to form a cloth. What is a yarn? Fibers that are twisted together are called yarn. What is a fabric? A material made by joining yarn through weaving or knitting is known as fabric. Fibers belongs to another important class of polymers. They are strongest of the three different types of polymers. Now, what are the types of fibers? There are two types of fibers, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers, which are obtained from plants or animals, are called natural fiber. For example, cotton, silk, wool, etc. Fibers which are man-made are called man-made or synthetic fibers. Example, rayon, nylon, polyester, etc. These are the these are the small chains of unit joined together. Each unit is called a monomer, which combines to form a polymer. Now, what is a synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are made by human beings and they are also made in laboratories or factories. Synthetic fibers are made man-made rather than natural fibers. They are made from cellulose like cotton. It is made up of large number of glucose units. What are the characteristics of synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are cheaper than natural fibers. Fibers are stronger than natural fibers. It is easy to maintain and easy to wear. Synthetic fabrics are dried up in less time. Synthetic fibers are readily available. Now, what are the types of synthetic fibers? First is nylon. Nylon is a man-made fiber. It was fully synthesized fiber. The production of nylon was started without using any natural raw material. It is synthesized from coal, water, and air. Now, what are the uses of nylon? It is used in making fine sarees, reel threads, fishing lines and fishing nets, raincoats, swimwears, parachute, umbrella, etc. Now, what is a rayon? Rayon, it is the first man-made fiber from a natural base material. Fiber obtained from chemical treatment of wood pulp. Rayon is prepared from cellulose. Rayon has a silk-like appearance, hence it is known as artificial silk. What are the uses of rayon? It is used in many things, that is, we use it in making dress materials, curtains, and very often in home furnishing. Now, what is a polyester? Polyester is made up of alcohol and organic acid react together by making a repeating units of chemical called an esters. These are used in many things. What are the uses of polyesters? It is used in many of the apparels like dresses, suits, jackets, and outdoor clothing. Polyester fabrics are used for conveyor belts, safety belts, and plastic supporting with high energy absorptions. What are the other uses of polyesters? They are used in power belting, ropes and nets, and fiber frills for various products, including pillows and furnitures. Now, what is an acrylic? Acrylic fiber is commonly known by different trade names such as acrylan and roll-on. It is a synthetic wool like a fiber with crimps. Now, what are the uses of acrylic? Acrylic knitting wool is good for baby wears because they are soft, warm, and washable. It is also used for making artificial fur, blankets, and carpets. Now, what is an spandex? Spandex. It is a chemically made up of long chain of polyglycol. These fibers are superior to rubber because they are stronger, lighter, and more versatile. Now, what are the uses of spandex fiber? It is used in exercise apparel, swimming suits, hosiery, socks, and home furnishings. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers do not depend either on agriculture crop or animal farming as silk wool do. The fabric made of synthetic fibers, unlike polyester and nylon, are easily heat set. That is, they retain the fold or the pleat made on them by ironing even after washing. Synthetic fibers are much stronger and hence more durable than natural fibers. They do not easily act upon by moisture, chemical, or bacteria. They are generally cheaper than natural fibers. What are the disadvantages of synthetic fibers? Their clothes of pure synthetic fibers are gradually lustrous. The synthetic fibers melt before burning, so clothes made of such fibers stick to the skin when in contact with a flame, causing burns. Synthetic fibers are generally hydrophobic, that they repel moisture and do not absorb it. They do not allow enough circulation of air either. Some chemical charges or the electric charges on synthetic fibers due to which they cling together as well as to the skin. The electric charge irritates the skin. Now, what is a plastic? The word plastic is derived from the Greek word plastikos, means capable of being shaped or molded. A plastic material is any of the wide range of synthetic or semi-synthetic organic solids that are moldable. Plastics are organic polymers of high molecular mass. What are the polymerizations? Joining together many thousands of small molecules called monomers make the molecule. Big molecule is called as a polymer, and poly means many. Now, what is a plastic? Plastic also have different arrangements in the units. These can be a linear or it can be a cross-linked. Now, what are the basic properties of plastics? Plastics are synthetic material which are not found on the earth naturally. They are the chemical combination of various ingredients, mostly derived from the crude oil, petroleum. The ingredients are liquid in the manufacturing state, but when put together under heat and pressure, they are capable of forming various shapes, and the finished product is solid that is resistant to pressure, moisture, and corrosion. Now, what are the properties of plastics? Less brittle than glass, so it may be transparent and smooth. Corrosion, resistance, low electrical and thermal conductivity, that means they are insulators, easily formed into complex shapes, lightweight, possess good strength and rigidity, low moisture absorption, and heat resistance. Now, what types of plastics? There are two types of plastics, thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics are the plastic that do not undergo chemical change in their composition when heated and can be molded again and again. Your local low grade plastics. What is a thermosetting plastics? Thermosetting plastics can melt and take shape once after they have solidified. They stay solid. In the thermosetting process, a chemical reactions occurs that is irreversible, and the examples are bakelite, melamine, all the hard and the handles of utensils are made from this thermosetting plastics. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of plastics? Advantages are plastics are poor conductors of heat, so they are suitable for making handles of cooking vessels. They are poor conductor of electricity, so they are used in electrical appliances like switch and covering your electrical wires. They are insoluble in water, so we carry a lot of water in form of buckets and tubs. They do not corrode or rust easily, so they carry a lot of chemicals in them. Now, what are the disadvantages of plastics? It is highly inflammable. Cost of recycling is very high. Only some types can be recycled. It takes hundreds of years to biodegrade. Manufactured from natural resources and raw materials that are difficult to replace. Example, oil. Now, what is the effect of plastic on environment? First, that it have a negative impact on land. Plastic pollution on land is both physical and chemical. Plastic reduces soil fertility. It spoils environmental aesthetics and hygiene. Plastics in soil can be lessen the growth of plants and trees by blocking the absorption of minerals, water, and other nutrients. It also plastics also causes pollutions in air, water, and in land. Now, what are the measures to stop plastic pollution in the environment? Firstly, we have to say no to the plastic. And what are the measures? First, that is, we should avoid plastic shopping bags, plastic cutlery, and plastic utensils. It should be replaced by reusable jute bags, like we can use canvas, jute, tote bags to make our shopping more easier. Reusable wooden cutlery and reusable utensils that can be used to make our environment plastic free. That's all from my side. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home.